Hey guys, so it's been about 2 months and I'm sorry, but I really just sort of couldn't be bothered, plus I'm really boring, which, you know, you watch my videos and don't think I haven't figured it out. I do know I'm boring, but some people watch. Anyway, so I have read in that 2 months. I haven't been reading much lately because I just haven't felt like it. I don't know why. It's just, yeah. I'll get out of it. So I read City of Ashes. Started and finished City of Ashes and started and finished Wicked Lovely. And now I am reading Inkheart. And Ink Exchange, which is the follow-up to Wicked Lovely. Which this one I'm enjoying a lot. I'm almost on page 100. Considering I've been reading it for a while. I also saw today the official trailer for The Hunger Games. It's so cool. It's so cool. And it comes out on March 23rd and it's so far away. I'm going to cry. But I won't actually cry. Mum says Mum's like, it's only 4 months, but that's 4 months. That's 16 weeks, and that's like 124 days. That's true. Anyway, I'll get over it. When it comes, I'll get over it. Anyway, the trailer's really awesome and I'll link it in the description. So, yes. Go check it out if you've read the book. Because I don't want anyone who hasn't read the book to be spoiled. To have the book ruined. That's it. Okay, so the one that I'm doing a review on today is one that is awesome, and yes, so anyway, it is Dracula by Bram Stoker, the original. And it's very tattered because I sort of took forever to read it, and because it took forever to read it, I didn't care for it very much. But I think because it's an old book, it sort of adds character to it. Because it's an old book and then it looks like it's old because of the treatment of it. My bad. Anyway, so everyone knows the story of Dracula. I thought, like, the stuff that I learnt in this was really cool. Sorry. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't know about before, like Dracula can actually physically not stay awake during the day. Well, can't be up during the day, if that makes sense. It's just a physical barrier that he has. He can't get up during the day. Whereas in stories, it's like he won't go out in the daylight because you turn into stone or you sparkle. I think the sparkling thing was a bit silly, but I like the books though. Don't judge me on that. I like the books, not the movies. I like the books. Yeah, so there's also different interpretations of it, but what I gathered from Dracula was that he physically cannot get up during the day. He's like in this sleep state. He cannot move. A paralyzed state. Yeah, we'll go with that. He's paralyzed during the day. Also, he can't be on any ground other than his own, so he carries it around in boxes. Stuff like that. Anyway, so this is the adults version. The reason it's called the adults version is because the text is unchanged, which means it's all in Old English, which makes it which is why it took me so long to read it, because I wasn't used to Old English. But I'm very glad that I read it in Old English. When I actually went and bought the book, the lady was like, there's the children's version and there's adult version. Which one would you like? And I was like, what's the difference? And she said, well, in the adults version, the text is smaller. If you look at that, it's the same size text as, you know, any other book that you'd read. So I was like, I don't really like lugging around massive books, and if I can get a small version of the book, sure, go ahead, get the small version. Later, I found out that the children's edition was completely changed to modern English so that you would be able to understand it. Which sort of annoys me. If I'd known that at the time, I probably would have gone for the children's edition. But now I'm sort of like, yeah, I sort of prefer this one. Yeah. And I can't wait to read Frankenstein, because after reading this one, I really want to read Frankenstein. And my best friend gets to read it for English, which sucks, but anyway, I'll read it. I'll get there. I was going to read a paragraph, but I forgot the page. So, whoops. Yeah, and it's set out to be real. So it's a collection of diary entries and this thing that Dr. Seward uses, which I'm not entirely sure what it's called. He records his diaries rather than writing it down, and letters and news clippings, all that sort of stuff. So it's all to make it seem real, so that you get more spooked by it. But of course we know now, we've known for practically forever that it's not really real. Anyway, so I definitely recommend it. If you find that it's hard for you to read, if you have difficulty reading, like I have difficulty talking, then probably go for the children's edition, because it'll definitely be easier. And I would recommend it for reading faster, because this took me about a year, because I kept putting it down and reading other stuff and then picking it up again. But I did finish it. Which is good. It also does this thing where, hang on, in each chapter there's these numbers next to words that might be confusing. And then it links it to this thing at the back, and you can see the numbers, and then it's got the word, and then it's got the definition for that word. For example, it says "adumain" or "aduman" in both hands in French. There you go. Each chapter it starts from 1, so you won't be having by chapter whatever, because it's all done in Roman numerals. I can't be bothered figuring it out. So by the later chapters, you don't have, word 265. You've just got word 3 for that chapter. So it's good. Yeah, I think that's it. You just go read this. Go look at the Hunger Games trailer, because it's awesome. And see you next time.